If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Make it in this league. What things did Alberto do?
Definitely for me as a running back, if you couldn't protect the football, if you couldn't play on special teams, if you couldn't pass protect, then you weren't, pretty much you weren't going to play. And I've seen a lot of players come through Virginia, weren't able to do those types of things and didn't have a very good career. And as far as other things, meeting times and, we run a, NFL style defense at Virginia, offense is NFL style as well. So I think I definitely benefited from that, but at the same time, it's still been, a pretty difficult transition.
You say a difficult transition. I had Paul and Jason up here saying they're in the wrong place at the wrong time a lot. You're smiling about that. But what have been the biggest challenges during this transitional phase? And I guess it really is the preseason to the preseason, because when you get out in Westminster, it really starts happening quickly. Games start coming and that sort of thing. And then the pink slips show up on doors and the Grim Reaper nods. You don't want to be that guy. For you, what have been the biggest transitional things that have been the biggest challenges for you?
Probably just, the amount of what we install each day. Just things come in, not in little pieces, but in mounds and mounds of stuff. As far as plays, and so you just have to stay on top of your game. Everything is not covered, in the meetings. They sometimes just don't have time for that, so you really have to pick up on it yourself, kind of.
How's it been with Joe Flacco and on the offensive side, and having the O-line now has been together for a little period of time. The offense has been installed for a year now. Cam's doing stuff, but it seems to me with the amount of multiples they're running at this point, and having Troy coming in, lining up here, lining up there, different quarterbacks, different running backs. As you said, the blocking assignment, you're not going to make it on the field in the NFL if you can't take on a defensive end the size of Paul Kruger coming off the edge. Otherwise, your quarterback's going to get killed, and they don't want to put you out there. So clearly, you came from a background where blocking was important for the running back position.
Right, definitely. It definitely was, the quarterback, we saw last year just how well the Ravens did having a good, solid quarterback definitely puts you in position to win a lot of football games. So you really have to protect your quarterback.
Graham, last thing for you, and I'll let you get out. You may be one of the more nervous guests I've had. You nervous? You all right?
No, I'm not nervous.
No, not anymore? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I think he is. No. I'm scared of the kicker. Harbaugh told me that they were doing stuff out there to mess with you and with Steve on the kicks.
Yeah.
Do you want to let everybody in on this? Because I talked to John, and I don't think John said any of this on the record, but apparently they're screwing with you guys pretty big time about what it would be like to kick in a big game, in a big situation, and they're throwing the kitchen sink at you, right?
Yeah, I think it was one of my first practices. Ray Lewis was on the sidelines, and he was yelling wide right, wide left, being a Miami guy in Florida State where I went to school, and so I was like,
so you're getting hazed by the Canes, is that what's happening?
I'm getting hazed by everybody. But then, before we kicked, I think Troy Smith was throwing water on me the other day, just spraying it all over me. One of the guys pulled my pants down.
Did you make the kick?
They called a timeout, fortunately.
All right.
So
You get 15 yards for that? Pulling your pants down?
No.
It's got to be at least a personal foul of some kind, I would think, right?
Yeah, definitely. And then they've done all kinds of things. They're yelling in our ears, waving their hands, throwing hats at us. So it's been pretty fun.
So when that happens and you make the kick, you talk a little trash, you just, it's just not in your best interest at this point.
Yeah, probably not my best interest. I keep quiet and do what I'm supposed to do.
Dude, I'm taking one look at you, and I'm taking a look at Devon Drew here. I'm thinking you're probably the first dude getting taken to the goalpost. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just saying, I just want to prepare you, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I got some speed. I can run away from it.
Well, maybe put him on special teams, man. You can make the tackle, right? Everybody, give it up for Cedric, Peerman, Gano. Two new rings. Laugh a little, man. It's June. That's why we're out here. We're out at the barn. It's all brought to you by Miller Lite. Just a little plug. They're only...
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.